Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Thursday. So today, as you can see, we've got the 35 out. He's greased around, he's filled up. We are going off on a little road trip. It's not far. What we've done way back in April, we did a deal with a neighbour, or a near neighbour, for a couple of items he had in the back of his shed that I wanted to add to the collection. So today we finally got round. He's just got round to getting them out, and we've just got round to going up and getting them. So we're going to go off on the 35. It's 2 items, so it's going to be 2 trips. It's just the easiest way to do it. Dad's using the loader, so I can't take the loader on a trailer and bring them home. So we are off to pick them up. I'll tell you what they are when we get there. Right, so we have arrived, and here is our 2 items. So, like I said, they're both Ferguson items, so older than Massey Ferguson. It's actually Ferguson stuff that I started out collecting many years ago, and before we got a little bit more modern. The first Massey Ferguson thing to arrive, I think it was a TVO 35. Since then, things have got a little bit newer, but we're going back in time now. So these are Ferguson. So this is a subsoiler, and this is a single furrow deep digger plow. Neither of these 2 things I've got in the collection, so that's why I needed, when I got the chance to get these, that's why I needed to, I couldn't turn them down. Not the most common things to find, two furrow plows are everywhere, but to find a single furrow deep digger, I think it's a 16-inch furrow that will cut. It's a bit of it's not rare, but it's a bit more unusual. And I didn't have them, so I had to take them while I got the chance. So what I've got to do now, somehow, stand them up, heave them onto the back of the tractor, and then obviously I'm going to take the subsoiler first, because that's the way they were put out, and then we'll go home, drop it off, come back, pick up the plough. Okay, so here we are hitched on. That's got different colour paint on it, these 2 bracer bars. So whether that's not original, I should have to check my research material, or my reference material. That could well have got bent in the past. Although it would take some bending to bend that chunky stuff, but I don't think that's original, it doesn't look it to me. But like I said, we'll do some digging and find out what's actually going on here. So this is how it would sit on a tractor in work. Obviously, drop your linkage down, it pulls itself in. You set your top link so that the wearing edge and the cutting tooth pulls in. Okay, so we've got the disc coulter, cuts a nice slot for it to follow. And as you can see, protected by springs to allow it to flex and deflect if it hit a stone or any something a bit hard. So quite often you see these and all this front bit is missing. And it's not uncommon to find the the actual the subsoiler part, but to find the disc and the springs and everything still intact, you know, it's not that common, so it's good to find one that is complete. Right, so time to go home, drop them off, come back and get the plough. I won't show you all that, it's going to get boring. So we'll come back at the end. I'll just show you how that sits on the tractor. I will leave the camera home this time. Running, you know, don't be running up and down with the camera all the time. Things are going to get boring. Right, so here we are, back home again. Plough made it safely. So I'm very pleased with this plough actually. It's got the furrow wheel and the disc, big disc, and we are missing a skimmer, but I've probably got skimmers, and that would fit. One thing I didn't know when I bought it, but I've just found out as I was hitching it on, still got the Ferguson plate on it. Needs a bit of a clean up to find the numbers, but you know, numbers aren't really important, and the fact the plate is still there. When I first saw it, I did actually think the plate was missing, because I just saw the four holes. I thought the plate had been robbed, but I suspect what that is. I suspect it's just these two uprights are the same, and they just drill holes in them, but only put one plate on. So I suspect that's what that is. But just really pleased to get this. So I don't imagine there's ever going to be a great deal of call to use a deep digger plough. So this will probably never get used. It'll just sit in the collection and just be there. But hopefully it's a bit of a different matter for the subsoiler. So I'm sure that'll appear in a future Vintage Thursday. Won't be till the springtime, but keep your eye out, because I'm fairly sure that will be coming out to play at some point early part of next year, or early next spring. So there we go, that has brought us to a close. Both items are home. Really pleased with them, happy to get them, and it's two more ticked off the list of things to get. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.